Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Overboard. So I think if we go up here, Anders is gonna leave. Yeah, he's gonna leave. So let's pop back to my cabin and see if a note has been left. First thing I notice is someone has pushed a note under my door. Let's pick it up. I snatch the note from the floor. Let's read it. Dear Mrs. Villancy, I saw and I will tell everyone, unless you give me 10,000 pounds. Meet me in the chapel at 2 o'clock. Don't be late. Some little shit. Go ahead and pocket it. Maybe someone can figure out who wrote this. Alright, let's go ahead and leave. So we could go to the restaurant and talk, but now the Major is here. Let's go here. Have you spoken to Lady H this fine morning? Why? She has a nose for information, that woman. And she has a most interesting theory to share with me when I saw her just now. She's usually drunk. Yes, indeed, the good lady does drink more than is sensible, and no doubt explains it. Can't trust what she says. In my experience, the intoxicated mind cannot hold on to the truth, but it cannot invent a decent lie. No, there is some truth behind what she told me. Lady Armstrong told me this morning that she is quite certain, quite convinced, in fact, that the boat is sinking. Her head must be spinning. Ha! Perhaps that is it. But my advice, keep an eye on the horizon. Check that it is still horizontal. Let's take a seat. The chairs in the smoking room are soft, worn leather. You can sink right in and not be seen. You seem quite at home here, Mem Sahib. Not really. I dislike games of chance. Ah, the lady likes to win. Show him the blackmail note. Major, I've got a problem, and I wondered if you could help me. Here. Oh, yes? What is this? Someone put it under my cabin door. It's clear it's meant for me. I saw, and I will tell everyone. Saw what? Do you recognize the handwriting? I think perhaps you know that I do, Mrs. Villancy. I wrote that note. He slips the note quietly into a pocket of his uniform. You got the wrong person. You think Malcolm's been killed, but it wasn't me. Who was it, then? Clarissa. I rather fancy young Miss Turpentine was hoping to steal your husband away, and a green-eyed monster is not always rational. I would consider it. Not much escapes your notice, does it? You're always watching people. People can hardly be ignored, Mem Sahib. They are too important, too significant. Were you happy as a soldier, Major? Happy, no. You can't be happy when you're in the dirt fighting for your life. Watching your friends get blown apart. Not happy, no. But I saw the world. I lived. What else would you have done? If not that. Well, exactly. Made a nuisance of myself, probably. I traveled the world. Saw the sights. Have you ever been to Egypt? I'd love to go. But Malcolm despises foreigners. He can only face America because he thinks it's still a colony. Yes, well, your husband is, I'm afraid to say, an idiot. What's in America for you, Major? My old friend Pitts. We fought together, Egypt, 20 years ago. He's only got one eye. I'm afraid he's quite a monster. What happened to his other eye? One shouldn't ask a soldier a question like that. The answer is almost always terribly boring. What about you? What takes you across the ocean? A change of scenery. That's all. England can be so drab. Then I wish you every success, Mem Sahib. They say the wide-open spaces of America are truly wide. What do you think of my husband? I'm brutal honestly, Mem Sahib. Of course. Shifty chap, terrible card player. Apologies for the bluntness, but say what I see. Don't say anything. We'll go ahead and stand. I'll be going now. Mem Sahib. Alright, so we've at least put the idea into her head. Let's go up to the upper deck, and nope. That gets him to leave. Alright. Lady H is there. Let's see what we can do to sow doubt in her mind. Lady H is sitting by herself at one of the tables. May I join you, Lady H? Of course, dear. A drink? Not for me. Well, I'm having one. Steward, you know how I like them. Yes, ma'am. As dirty as it comes, please. Yes, ma'am. Dirty? Oh, filthy. They mix it with brine straight from the sea. Here you are, ma'am, just as you like it. Sordid. Thank you so much. Did you just wink at him? You know, sometimes I even slap him on the behind. You don't. I absolutely do. He takes it with good grace, I think. She grins and takes a swig from her glass. Chin chin. That's awful. You get to my age, my dear, and you have to enjoy every second. Because the next thing you know, you're stuck for half an hour in the you-know-where. I'm sure I don't know where. Oh, well, you'll find out soon enough. She sips her drink oh so delicately. Here's to you and that lovely husband of yours, anyway. Oh, he's not that lovely. Well then, dear, can I have him? No, as it happens, you can't. Suit yourself. That's really do. That's my advice. Have you made this crossing before? Oh, yes. My 4th or 5th time. I simply never decide where I want to be. I can never simply decide where I want to be. The Major says the boat is sinking. What? Oh, yes. Yes, I was quite worried about that. But you're not anymore? Well, it doesn't seem to be getting any lower. I'm no sailor. I must have made a mistake. I was up all night worrying all the same. What happened? Well, I was on deck last night and I heard something, a splash. Something fell off the boat. What sort of thing? I don't know. I'm not a mechanic, but whatever it was big. I heard the splash when it fell, and then Commander Anders, up on the bridge, he jumped out onto the ladder and stopped there frozen. Watching whatever it was drifting away. I saw his binoculars flashing in the dark. What do you make of the commander? Lovely Anders. Oh, quite a favorite of mine, but you know, dear, not all that glitters is gold, as they say. What does that mean? He's a very charming man. So very in command, don't you think? And so young for such a high rank. What are you suggesting? Oh, my dear, I can see you're quite besotted with him. Perhaps I'd better let you keep your fantasies. What do you make of Carstairs? Gotten that. Surely not. He seems the absolute lightest of horses to me. Pretty much a donkey, I'd say. Oh, well, I'm sure you're right, dear. I'll go ahead and leave. Do make sure you enjoy your life. Don't waste it, all right? Thank you. So if we go here, Lady Armstrong is gonna be here. Carstairs door. Listen. What's this now? I can definitely hear someone moving around inside the cabin. Let's knock. Hello? No answer. Let's step away. Wait in the corridor. 15 minutes idle by. Wait in the corridor. Anders appears from around a corner. There you are. You're needed in the restaurant now. Walk me there. Certainly, madame. Let me take your arm. So we might have been able to, like, frame Carstairs. In the restaurant, Lady H, Carstairs, and the Major are soon gathered. Clarissa Turpentine is standing apart, still sniffling. Anders walks me in and steps to one side. Thank you all for coming. I apologize for gathering you all here. It is most unusual, but I believe something unusual has indeed occurred. Mrs. Villinsey, there is still no sign of your husband? Veronica killed him with her neglect. Didn't you, Veronica? He's missing since last night. I'm worried sick.
It's true, I think. The maid told me the bed, it had not been slept in.
That's because he's dead. Dead because of her. I saw him fall into the sea. Last night he fell past my window as I looked out. She told me this nonsense already. She says she saw him through a portal in the dark. It's ludicrous. He reached out to me like a ghost. This is in very poor taste. You know, of course one doesn't like to gossip, but Malcolm Villenzy was on the upper deck last night. And he wasn't alone. Clarissa was with him? Clarissa was with him, was she? It must have been Clarissa, taking a moonlit stroll with my husband.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Villenzy, but I found your earring there just this morning. Here, I still have it.
It was my earring, yes, but I wasn't on deck last night.
So how do you explain it?
I think Malcolm gave them to Clarissa. Has anyone looked in her cabin for the other one? I found an earring like that in my cabin. She must have gone in and dropped it. And I didn't go on deck last night. I was in my cabin waiting for Malcolm, but he never came.
So, who are we to believe?
Wait, there's more. As I went below, there was a splash.
We'll go ahead and say nothing. A splash, you say?
I thought it was something falling off the boat until all of this.
I noticed something, Subadar Major Sahib. When I was bringing Miss Turpentine from her cabin, I found this.
What?
Is this your husband's wallet, Mrs. Villenzy?
You stole his wallet? Why would you steal it, Clarissa?
I don't think she stole it, Mrs. Villenzy.
She was inside my cabin. I told you I found her earring in there. She must have put that wallet there. I also found these. Barbiturate sleeping tablets
Oh no, that's probably Anders. I also found these. Barbiturate sleeping tablets, extremely strong. They're usually prescribed for neurotics.
She planted that too.
The fact is, Mr. Villenzy is missing. The evidence we have is all circumstantial. But in my experience, circumstantial evidence does not lie. Only people lie. And when their lies unravel, the truth stands naked before us.
So, what is the truth?
Mrs. Villenzy, you lied about not visiting the upper deck. Perhaps you even tried to frame Miss Turpentine with an earring. Can you explain yourself?
I'm innocent. I didn't do anything.
So what happened?
Clarissa killed him. She loved him and she couldn't have him. You dog, you beastly dog!
Enough, ladies, don't fight. No one thinks you did anything to hurt Mr. Villenzy, Miss Turpentine.
Oh, thank you, Commander.
I must advise the captain that Malcolm Villenzy committed suicide last night.
Stop. Aren't you forgetting something?
I don't think so, so no.
Not you, Major. Him.
Me, Lady Armstrong?
Stay silent. That's right, Commander. You were up on the bridge last night, with your binoculars. You must have seen exactly what happened.
Commander? Well, Subadar Major, I have been intending to discuss the matter discreetly with the captain himself, but since you forced me to into speaking publicly...
It was dark on deck, surely. You couldn't have seen anything.
The moon was quite bright, ma'am, quite bright enough to see the upper deck. I saw Mrs. Villenzy on deck last night, and I saw something fall off the ship.
I knew it. I have a nose for these things. Anders, how could you?
I could ask the same thing.
My God, you really killed him? I didn't. I swear I didn't. I can tell that you're lying. You're a terrible actress. I can see the truth in your eyes. You absolute bitch.
Mrs. Villenzy, the coincidences, they are too much. I have no choice but to treat this as murder. Mrs. Villenzy, please come with me. The commander drags me by the arm out of the restaurant.
I thought you loved me, Anders. I had dreams.
You're very fine, Veronica Villenzy, but not fine enough to hang for. Just come with me. You'd better stay in your cabin until we dock. Alright, so maybe the leaving the wallet there was a bit too much. Going into her room was where people could see was
probably not a great idea either.
Mrs. Villenzy? Welcome to America, Mrs. Villenzy. Enjoy your stay.
Oh, just get on with it.
As you wish. In you go now.
No freedom, no life insurance. In the slammer, socialite Veronica Villenzy was dramatically arrested for the murder of her husband as the SS Hook put into harbor in Brooklyn. Mrs. Villenzy will be a guest of the Sing Sing Correctional Facility in somewhat less comfort than the widow of a British aristocrat might be accustomed to. Alright. Let's go ahead and restart. Okay. What's inside Carstairs' cabin? His cabin wasn't empty. Alright, who's there? What do you want? Thank you. Alright, get moving. Okay, so, let's go get the key for, actually, let's go to the forward cabins first. Let's see if we can knock on the door, if we still know this. Carstairs' door. Knock. The door to Carstairs' cabin opens up and he steps out.
Ah, good morning, Miss Veronica.
He slams his door shut.
A pleasure to see you as always.
Have you seen my husband?
He's not in my cabin, if that's what you mean. Toodle-pip.
Let's go ahead and knock. Listen. Nothing. Alright. Alright, go into the smoking room. Look in the pockets. Take the wallet. Take Malcolm's key. Leave the room. Okay, let's go back to our room. Bathroom. Alright, pocket the other one. Tablets. Go ahead and pocket them. Go ahead and leave. Alright, we could go talk to Anders. Try that. Wave to Anders. Better for seeing you.
Mrs. Villenzy. I usually do my rounds between 11 and 12. At about 1:30, I could be near your cabin. Perhaps you might be in?
Bring your hat. I like your hat.
Of course, ma'am. Have you been up here before?
Never, I think. The view is quite impressive.
Yes, indeed. The upper deck does seems a long way down, doesn't it? See, there's Lady H at the rail. Sniffing at a hip flask, I'd say. She usually goes to drink in the restaurant after lunch. Do you know, I was on watch here last night.
What did you see?
It was a quiet night. Light breeze, no fog, relatively good visibility.
Mr. Anders, my friend. Are you trying to tell me something?
You and her husband like to take the air at night. But did you know you're not the only ones who do that? Lady Armstrong also takes a stroll about that time.
Was she alone?
The deck was well attended last night, as I recall. A few key characters on our little stage. Now, Mrs. Villenzy, I should perhaps return to my duties.
What's that key?
The one with the red tag? That's my pass key. Why?
Can I borrow it?
No, Mrs. Villenzy. It's more It's more than my job is worth to give it to a passenger, even one as charming as you.
Not even for me?
Not even for you.
You seem very sure of that.
It's my duty, Mrs. Villenzy. I take my duties very seriously.
And you've a wonderful hat, too.
Thank you, Mrs. Villenzy.
Till 11:30, then.
Good day, Mrs. Villenzy. Alright, let's go back down. Alright, so... we can go get the key.
Oh, Mrs. Villenzy, I'm almost finished here. But I'll just be going now, ma'am. Is my husband here? I haven't seen him since I left the cabin. I found his jacket outside the door, ma'am. I hung it on the chair there. Goodbye, ma'am.
Let's lie in wait. No Malcolm lurching and farting around the room. No muttering, no cursing under his breath. No pitiful attempts at intimacy. Blissful quiet. Let's lie in wait. Lie in wait. There's a knock at the door. Mrs. Villenzy?
It's Anders. You've got a key. Don't make me get up.
I do. My dear lady. His key has a red tag. He hangs it on the nose of the dolphin paperweight on the desk.
Close the door.
Of course.
Come, sit beside me.
Why, Mrs. Villenzy, I feel as nervous as a schoolboy.
You're here for an exam. You're here for an exam, certainly. A very thorough and exacting exam.
Oh, I'm fully prepared. Anders tosses me onto the bed and starts to undo my buttons. He doesn't ask me for permission. No more than I asked Malcolm for his. But unlike Malcolm, I'm not going anywhere. I do exactly what he wants me to do. I fall for him right where I stand. Then he puts his hat back on. Commander Anders took the helm. Oh my. Ma'am, I've rumpled up my bed.
I'll see you again, I hope.
Count on it. He smiles. He gets to his feet, heads into the bathroom to wash his face. His passkey is still on the desk by the awful dolphin. Let's get up out of bed. I would get up, but the fact is I can't move. I've been pinned like a butterfly to a board. I can hear the water running in the bathroom. Tidy my hair. Get up out of bed.
All right, now I'm ready. From the sound, I think Anders is brushing his teeth with Malcolm's toothbrush.
Let's grab Anders' passkey. Up quickly out of bed and pick up the passkey with the red tag. Let's read the tag. Strictly for ship's crew only. Run for it. Find Malcolm's key under my clothes. I pad over to my things and dig out Malcolm's key. Anders is singing an old song in his deep, manly voice. Untie the tag from the passkey. I untie the red tag from the passkey. Tie the tag to Malcolm's key. With shaking fingers, I tie the red tag onto Malcolm's key. Anders is coming out. Put the tagged key back on the desk. Anders returns. You look perfect, dear. Good show. Picks up his key from the desk. Salutes, and out he goes. Alright, let's go ahead and giggle.
How naughty, though, how naughty. All right, Veronica. Time to get up. Since, after all, you have the run of the ship now.
Malcolm's jacket. Let's go ahead and leave. Alright, so first of all, we could go check out the forward cabins. Let's see what we have at Carstairs' door. Let's go ahead and listen first.
What's this now?
I can definitely hear someone moving around inside the cabin. Use a passkey in Carstairs' door.
The key turns, of course, but it seems a bolt inside is drawn. There must be someone inside. Thought I heard a woman's voice in Carstairs' cabin. Nothing. Nothing now. Wait in the corridor. 20 minutes pass by. Wait in the corridor. 25 minutes idle by. You, what are you doing here? Are you alright? Peachy, now stand aside. She catches herself against the doorframe as she steps inside. Sea's a little rough, isn't it? It's horrendous. I hate the sea. It's like a petulant little child. Goodbye. She slams the door. Wait in the room, corridor. Alright, move on. So there's a bolt there. Alright, the Major's door. Use the passkey. The door opens easily. Major's room is so tidy that for a moment I wonder if I've opened an unoccupied cabin by mistake. The nightstand. On the nightstand is a small book wrapped in cloth. Open it. Cloth bindings are delicate and carefully wrapped. The book itself is written in characters I can't read. This isn't for me. The desk. Major has a few travel papers, but they're of no interest to me. The desk itself is one drawer. Open the drawer. You must have something hidden in here, Major. A hip flask, something. In the desk drawer is a little notebook tied up with a length of string. Untie the notebook. A diary, perhaps. I untie the string and open it to the first page. Observations. Property of Subadar Major S. Singh, retired. The writing is minuscule. You must write this with a magnifying glass. Some kind of list. Read a random entry. Let's see. Rufus Arma, Ms. Who? Italian, untidy beard, persistent gambler, constantly eating sausages, drunk. What is this? Is this some kind of character assassination book? Look up someone else. Pages are indexed, listed from A to Z. A to I, A to C. Anton Savory, Second Lieutenant. Angus Collins, Batman. Clarissa Turpentine, Miss. This should be good. Wealthy, lacks grace, deeply stupid, prone to unhappiness, believes herself central. The door opens suddenly. It's Anders. Veronica? Commander? Veronica? You didn't see me here. Fine. I don't know what you're doing in here, and I don't want to know. You're needed in the restaurant now. Don't tell anyone you found me here. Of course I won't. Now look sharp. Also, the strangest thing, Miss Villenzy, my passkey went missing. I don't suppose you'd know anything about that. I may have borrowed it. Give it back. Here, I don't need it. Thank you. Alright, well that's not gonna work. Okay. He's missing since last night. Worried sick. Why didn't you tell anyone? We took a stroll. We took a stroll last night to look at the stars, and Malcolm stayed out and I went to bed. And that's when you dropped your earring? Yes, 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 but listen, won't you? As I went below, there was a splash. Splash now? We're on the boat. This is ludicrous. I thought it was something falling off the boat until all of this. I pushed him overboard. I'll go ahead and admit it. With my bare hands. Oh my god, you really killed him. I knew deep down, but I still don't believe it.
Tell me, Mrs. Villenzy, why exactly did you kill him?
He was a small-minded fool. A filthy little fascist bug. You have no idea of the whining and moaning.
Veronica!
What? The game is up. The game's up, isn't it? There's no point playing any longer.
Alright.
You're going to spring me, aren't you? Somehow, aren't you? Aren't you? Didn't think so. Alright.
Oh, bollocks.
Alright, so I got arrested again. Alright, so we can get Anders' key. That doesn't get us into Carstairs' room, unfortunately. Now we could try to get Anders to come earlier. That might help. But I will need to think about that. There is something with Carstairs going on if we can figure that out. But then again, maybe I could just frame frame Clarissa and be done with it. But we'll see next time. See you then, everyone.